What's going on, everybody? I want to do a quick little game one of the finals recap. Boston Celtics completely crushed the Dallas Mavericks in game one, man, beating them 107-89. And as a Luka fan, it was rough to see. You know what I'm saying? It was rough to see because Dallas Mavericks started off pretty good. Kyrie looked good, hitting 2 mid-range jumpers. One of them was tough. He hit a mid-range over 2 players. And yeah, Kyrie was looking good at the beginning, but it didn't turn out too good, you know. But I ain't gonna lie, the show of the game was Porzingis. Kristaps Porzingis has been out since the first round with a right calf injury. And he came back looking amazing. He had 20 points in 20 minutes. He had 6 rebounds with 3 blocks, so he protected the rim like he always does. And he also shot pretty good from the 3, 2 for 4 from the 3, 50%. And yeah, man, like I didn't expect Kristaps Porzingis to come back like this on game one. He came back and fit right back into the lineup. He didn't start the game. And he was on a minutes restriction. Like I said, he only played 20 minutes, but had 20 points. And the question is he gonna do this every game? If Kristaps Porzingis is playing like this every game, I don't know if Dallas have a chance. You know what I'm saying? And my thing was, how come Kristaps Porzingis couldn't play like this alongside Luka Doncic? How come? That's what was irritating me while I was watching the game last night. I mean, not last night, but the other night. I was like, what's going on? Like, Kristaps Porzingis did not play like this on the Mavs. He's completely coming out the gate hooping. He had like 11 points in the first quarter alone. And yeah, man, he was a monster last night. And Jaylen Brown also had a decent night, 22 points. And he had some very good defense last night alongside a block on Kyrie. He had 3 steals and 3 blocks. And Jason Tatum didn't have the best game, but he didn't really need to. You know what I'm saying? That's how good the Boston Celtics is. They don't need one player to show out. They can have 5 guys score 15 to 20 points, and they can win the ball game. Jason Tatum had 16 points. Didn't shoot good from the field. He only shot 37% from the field. He had 11 rebounds though. He was on the glass. You know what I'm saying? Getting them boards, and he also had 5 assists. So not the worst game from Jason Tatum, but we definitely seen Jason Tatum have much better games. And I think going forward, he needs to be better. He needs to be better. He needs to show us that he's the best player on the Boston Celtics. And the fact that Kristaps Porzingis came back from an injury and he was by far the best player on the court, that's a scary thing. You know what I'm saying? That's just a scary thing to me. I was saying before the game, if Kristaps Porzingis come out and have 20 points, they're going to win the game. And that's exactly what he did, and they won the game. I just think he's that X factor. If he has a great game, the Boston Celtics will have a great game because he spaced the floor for Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown. He makes it so much easier for them to get into the mid-range, into the paint. And he's protecting the rim for them. So Kyrie and Luka can't get down low, you know, like they want to. But on the Dallas side, man, Dallas just didn't look comfortable. You know, Boston did a very good job of, you know, limiting everybody but Luka Doncic. Just cutting off them corner threes and making Luka and Kyrie do 1-on-1s. And they really just made them uncomfortable. Luka did have a good personal game, though. He had 30 points, 10 rebounds. He only had a single assist. So that's what I'm talking about. Boston just did a very good job of, you know, not falling for the drive and kick game. We all know that Luka and the Mavs love to drive and kick, get their shooters involved. But Boston did a good job of just keeping the Dallas Mavericks shooters not comfortable. Luka had only 1 assist, like I said. Shot pretty good from the field, 46% from the field, 12 for 26. He shot decent from the 3. He shot 12 threes, but only hit 4 of them. Luka was just aggressive tonight. You know what I'm saying? I think he needed to be aggressive. I would say Luka played like he needs to, but I think Luka needs to do better facilitating this game. He needed to find a way to get his teammates involved. He needed to find a way to make his teammates better in this series because with all his role players, the Dallas Mavericks ain't going nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. And PJ Washington had a good game, you know, 14 points, 8 rebounds, but he didn't hit a single 3. And I think that's what's important. We need PJ Washington to knock down the 3 and spread the floor for us next game. We gonna at least need 2 to 3 threes from PJ Washington in the game to win this series. Because yeah, 0 for 3 just not cutting it, PJ. We need you to knock down threes. But he didn't have a bad game, you know, shot 45% from the field as well. So I mean, you can't ask too much more out of PJ Washington. He did his thing. We just need him to hit his threes. And Kyrie Irving did not look like Uncle Drew last night. He did not show everybody why we call him Uncle Drew. He didn't look like the most skilled basketball player ever. Kyrie just didn't look like Kyrie, and I was mad about that. Like the whole game, he just didn't look comfortable. like I said, he drilled his first 2 mid-range jumpers. Had me thinking he was gonna go off, but he didn't show up. You know what I'm saying? He hasn't been playing good in Boston in the last couple of years. We all know that he had a rough time in Boston. He said he wasn't himself when he was there in Boston. And, you know, he just don't got a good reputation with Boston. So every time he did get the rock, you know, he heard boos and whatnot, and maybe that affected his game. You know, maybe that affected his game a little bit. He only had 12 points, 31% from the field, and he shot 0 for 5 from the 3. 0 for 5. He couldn't hit a 3 to save his life. And I don't know what was wrong with Kyrie. I don't know. I don't know. I was very disappointed in Kyrie when I was watching the game live, man. I thought I was going to see a live action show of Kyrie Irving having a good game 1, but we didn't see a good game 1. But I'm pretty sure Kyrie Irving will bounce back in game 2, and if he doesn't, it's going to be bad for the Dallas Mavericks. Like I said, they need Luka and Kyrie to lead the way offensively every game for the Mavericks to have any chance in this series. I think next game we need like a 30 piece from Kyrie. We need a good game from Kyrie Irving. And Luka just didn't have any help offensively, you know. PJ Washington and Kyrie was just only players to look at for help, and Kyrie just didn't show up for Luka last night. That's plain and simple. I think that's plain and simple. Kyrie Irving has to be better going forward if the Dallas Mavericks want any chance in this series. And they need to find some more scoring outside of Kyrie and Luka, because I think they're depending too much on Kyrie and Luka to score the ball. So I think the Boston Celtics know that, and if the Boston Celtics just need 2 guys that they need to eliminate out the game, they can do that with all the defenders they got on their team. And that's just going to force the Dallas Mavericks to, you know, hope on their role players to hit. You know what I'm saying? We need Derrick Jones Jr. to play better. Derrick Jones Jr. only had 5 points, shot 22% from the field. So we need Derrick Jones Jr. to do his job. And we also need Derek Lively and Daniel Gafford to play better in game 2. The 2 big men didn't play the best ball. Only played 18 minutes each, I think, and they just didn't do good on the boards, if you ask me. They could do better going forward. So I think, yeah, man, I think the Dallas Mavericks just got some things to clean up. I already knew game 1 was probably going to go to Boston. They was at home. And I just think Boston is that kind of team you need to get beat by, and you need to adjust to, because they're just such a good team, and they've been rolling. I think they're on some type of win streak in the playoffs right now. And yeah, man, I just think Dallas need to come back in game 2 with some adjustments, and Jason Kidd need to do something to get Kyrie and Luka some offensive help. I know Jaden Hardy is like a garbage time player, but he can get buckets in a hurry. Maybe you should give him more minutes. He had 13 points in 10 minutes or something like that last night. Jaden Hardy is aggressive when it comes to the end of the game. He's going to shoot pretty much every shot. And yeah, man, I see some talent there in Jaden Hardy. I don't know if he's a player that can play 30 minutes for you. Maybe not even 20, but just give him a little more minutes, see what he can do during the game. Something we need. I don't know. Dallas need to find some more scoring outside of Luka and Kyrie, like I said. After the game, they asked Kyrie about the boos in Boston, and he said he thought it was going to be louder. He thought the boos was going to be louder. He thought the TD Garden was going to be more louder than what it was. So I don't know if that was just kind of like a diss at the Boston fans, or if he was telling the truth, if he really thought Boston was going to be louder. I definitely heard the boos every time Kyrie got the ball. But yeah, man, it's not looking good for Dallas right now. As of right now, Boston is up 1-0 in the series now, and we got a game tomorrow, Sunday. So I can't wait to see that game, and hopefully Luka and the Mavs can turn around and take a dub in game 2. Like I said, Kristaps Porzingis is the story of game 1, if you ask me. 20 points in 20 minutes. You guys let me know down below in the comments how you felt about game 1, how you feel about this series going forward, who you got winning and how many games. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, do me a big favor, smash that like button, leave me a comment on what you want to see next. I'll see you in the next video.